Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of slipping off on being prepared, as I mentioned in the last video. I was just being optimistic and hoping there's gonna be an electrical plug here. So I have my generator, but I didn't fill it up before I got here. It's still like 70% full of gas, but just one of those, like, I should have just taken the extra few 5-10 minutes to stop by a gas station and fill it up before I got to the location. I'm not gonna have a trouble with it. It's just one of those, like, I should have, because being prepared is better than not being prepared. A little fault on my part, but we should be fine with the power. Again, I am at a home location, but there's no electrical outlet nearby on the outside. It's in the interior of the house. In the kitchen, that's like the closest plug. So yeah, no plug here. I'm at a home location, but I will be using the generator to get the job done. And before we get into the video, one of my more popular guides is the 9 detailing services you can offer in your detailing business. So if you're just starting off, you're not too sure of what services to offer, what to put in those services, you know, like how to actually do it, the value in it, how to sell to it, check the description box down below for that guide. Again, it's super thorough. I spent a lot of time creating it. So if you're interested in starting your detailing business, you want to get a better glimpse of the services, what's included in those services, the tools and products, how to do it, the value, check that in the description box down below. All right, and here's the, you can't really tell. Let me see if I can kind of angle it a little better, but it is quite dirty. This is a Saturn, let's look at what type of vehicle this is. It's a Saturn something. It's a Saturn VUE. So he's actually a realtor, so he's gonna be, well, he just became a realtor, so he's gonna start bringing people into his vehicle. And it's been a while since he's had it cleaned, so it's good, it's due, it's past its time for a thorough cleaning. So like I said, I always say, hey, look, it's not gonna come out, is every last thing gonna come out? Absolutely not, but it will look 10 times better than the current condition. So that's I mean, you always want to make sure you're communicating with your customers, saying, hey, look, don't expect I'm gonna get every single last stain out, because that's just not realistic at all. Even if I have the best tools, products, and, you know, skill set, a stain, you know, some stains are simply not gonna get out because they're just not gonna get out. So pretty basic standard detail, nothing out of the ordinary. Here are the rear seats. Again, this is leather. This is cool. This is synthetic fibers, because it is, I mean, cloth, but it's you know, it's synthetic fibers, leathers. So it's gonna be really relatively quick detail, because I'm telling you, leather cleans so much easier than cloth or synthetic fibers, because these stains actually, you know, go into the actual material there, and you got to dig them out with a steamer, brushing it. Here with the leather seats, for the most part, it, you know, at least in my theory, I think it sounds about right, it stays on the top layer surface, so it doesn't take too much agitation to get these out more than the cloth, because with the cloth seats, the stains actually go into the fabric, into the material. And here it's top layer surface, so I can just go over it with the polisher, with the carpet attachment, and then I'll be good to go. So pretty cool. I said I think it's 5.5-ish hours to complete the vehicle. Okay, and before I get started, I have to first get out my equipment. So I always use this stand, as I always say, headquarters or base. If I move anything around, if I need to get anything out of the van, I will bring it to this stand, this platform that I use. That way I have everything in one isolated area, and I'm not looking around the vehicle or the ground for a certain specific tool or product. I'm gonna have everything on this platform. And let's get started into the detail. I'm gonna start off with the door panels. I'm gonna work from the top, bottom. If you can really tell if a door panel is gonna be dirty from cleaning the top section like I am now, because that's where people rest their arms. So if that part is dirty, right, and because it's black, I can't really tell. And you just clearly saw that quick glimpse of how dirty it was. But because it's black, I can't really tell how dirty it is. I mean, I can see a light layer of dirt, dust and dirt. But you know, because it's black, it kind of blends in with the dirt. So if that part is dirty, you can guarantee yourself that the rest of the vehicle is going to be dirty. The rest of the door panel is going to be dirty. So in this case, it definitely was, and you can clearly tell, as I showed earlier, that it was really dirty. So a bunch of gunk, dirt, grease is just coming off. And using the steamer, yes, it would help. Number one being, I think it was still heating up during this time, so I don't want to wait. I don't want to just wait around for that steamer to kick in. So I just went ahead and started cleaning the door panels. And I'd say later on in the video I'll tell you how long it took, but the door panel took me, I think, here 7.5 minutes. The first door panel, or the first time I clean anything, it takes me a little bit longer because I'm trying to gauge
the condition it's in, and the plan of attack. So like whether I'm cleaning the first wheel, the first floor mat, the first car seat, the first door panel, the first A-pillar, that one always takes me a little longer because I'm just gauging how long it's going to take, the condition, and what I'm going to do. So this one takes me a little longer than all the others, and also because it's most dirtiest because it's on the driver's side. So the first door or anything that I'm cleaning always takes me the longest, and then as I progress and go from the first door to the second to the third to the fourth, I get faster and faster because I have my system down and I'm not wondering what to do or how it's going to turn out because I've already practiced it on 2, 3, 4 other same material, same, you know, whatever I'm cleaning. So that's just a little tidbit of advice, is that you'll progress, you'll go faster as you keep on working it. So here I have a better idea of how I'm going to attack it, and I just follow the system to the TI. I do literally the exact same process, and that's not always going to be the case. You know, some door panels or some area that look how much dirt is dripping down. It was really dirty. But some, you know, this door, you know, the driver's side door panel may be really dirty, and all the other ones may be completely clean, and it goes much faster. So it's going to be highly dependent on the condition of it as well. So don't think you're going to use the same exact system or process on every single door or anything that you're cleaning. Is going to be the exact same, because, you know, the condition might be different. It may be worse, it may be better. There may be like particular substances that are like stuck on there, glue, gum, dried crayons, whatever the case may be. So you will have to adjust it, you know, as you go. But as far, you know, a general rule of thumb for myself is it's going to be the same system throughout the detail, unless there's like a real outlier of you know, something that's spilled or that's dirty on whatever I'm cleaning.
Okay, so update numero uno is that all 4 door panels are completed. Same thing as the video I just showed you, just scrubbing, agitating with a brush, APC and a towel, and those smaller brushes. So that took 30 minutes for all 4 door panels to complete. That's just actual working time. 30 minutes for all 4 doors.
And real quick with headliners, when you're cleaning either cheap, you know, not as high quality, or old headliners, you got to be real careful, because if you're doing like aggressive cleaning with like a brush or a towel, you're gonna easily tell where you did that cleaning, and the fibers are gonna be completely twisted or in a different pattern than the rest of the headliner. So I'll use a simple method like this, where I'm just gently agitating the headliner with a towel. That way I'm not too specific on any areas. And in this specific manner, it's just, there was, you know, some stains up there, and I just, you know, gently rubbed it, brushed it out with a towel, and it came out great. Next, I move on to the B pillar, and it was actually very dirty. You'll see it in the next clip how dirty it was. This is not the best angle, and I didn't give you it before, but it definitely was dirty. So again, just going straight at it with multiple brushes. And like I always say, you can get most of the interior done with a few brushes, towels, and APC. I had the steamer. It would kind of help, but at this point, I don't know. I don't remember what I was doing, but I just didn't grab it for whatever reason. So it's just, you know, moving quick and being efficient with it. You know, I'm not trying to lather everything up. I'm not trying to, you know, take 100 photos of me using a brush to clean it. I'm there to get the job. I'm cleaning it. I mean, look how much dirt is literally falling from there. It was very dirty. But again, the brush handled it absolutely great. And here's a quick little before of the driver's side. I mean, look how terrible it was of quality. I mean, it's been years since he's cleaned it. So, and again, just a few passes with the upholstery brush, and got it looking great. And this is just another before of the cargo area. That's the as you can tell, that's clearly where they put a bunch of well, it's highly used because it's quite dirty. I didn't vacuum beforehand because I always usually wait to the very end to vacuum, so that's why there's still gunk there. It could have helped if I had vacuumed beforehand, but I just opted out and did not vacuum. So now I'm going to start on the panel there with I spray APC 10-1 and then agitate it with a brush, and then I get all the intricate areas or the more detailed areas with various brushes, because the steamer is not the most not the strongest steamer, so it's not going to really get into the, you know, all those nooks and crannies that need it to, like the brush will. And then I followed up with the towel to dry everything off, and everything looked much better. Then I moved on to that little cargo area, and all the dirt and gunk still in there. So what I do is I just get a towel and mop it up that way, which is why I steamed my brush to clean it again. But again, yeah, in this particular instance, vacuum would have been smarter, but I just opted not to for whatever reason. So I literally used a towel to mop all that gunk out, and I discarded that towel afterwards, or I just put it in the dirty towel box. But yeah, it would have definitely helped out, but I just, I kept it moving quick, so it didn't slow me down too bad. But yeah, that was a very dirty area. And now moving on to the actual carpeting, and this one also I didn't vacuum. I'm just gonna use the brush to get as much of the debris out, because again, with the polisher and the brush attachment on it, that's gonna pick up even more dirt. So again, at the end when I vacuum, that's when I'll get most of that gunk out. But for now, I'm just getting as much as I could with that brush, then following up with APC, the polisher with the brush attachment, getting the heavier soiled areas. Then following up with a steam cleaner, that definitely did help out. And then after the steam cleaner, I used another dry towel to mop up the area, and that gave me pretty significant results. So definitely a huge improvement. And I'm not gonna get that back to 100% because those areas that you see there, they were actually matted down to the point where like the actual fibers weren't as thick as the other areas, because whatever they rested there, it was just sitting there for a very long time. Huge improvement, definitely huge improvement, but definitely not gonna be perfect by any means. Then you gotta set those expectations with your customer way beforehand. That way they don't think you're gonna literally get every single last stain out from their interior, even though it's been 7+ years since they've last cleaned it, and they've been throwing everything and the kitchen sink inside the interior. So set those expectations correctly with your customer beforehand. That way they're not complaining at you when it's clearly something you can't even clean anymore because it's just stained, it's bleached into the actual material, or just it's damaged altogether. Alright, and this is just the before shot. I'm sorry, the after shots. 10 times better, not perfect, but definitely 10 times better. I guess I should have moved all that stuff so you could see everything that I cleaned. But hey, it's in the heat of the moment. I'm moving as quick as I can, so I'm gonna miss some shots here and there. Okay, so quick update. A little under 2 hours, I've cleaned this carpeting, the cargo area, these panels. I cleaned this, the hatch panel, outdoor panels. I've cleaned the C-pillar. I guess this gonna be, yeah, the C-pillar part, the back seats, all that good stuff. B-pillars on both sides, seat belts on both sides, seat belt handles on both sides. So now I'm gonna open up these seats. Open up these seats. Now I'm actually gonna start cleaning the actual, the actual seats is back, and then agitate the floor mats. So still got quite a bit of work to go. So it's right under 2 hours. And again, look at this weather. It's not looking like it's gonna be in my favor. So I think I'm gonna look out of this one. There's a 30% chance of rain, so we'll see how it goes. If it starts raining, I'm just gonna wait it out for like 10, 15, 20 minutes in my car, see if it could pass by, because we're only 30, 20, 40% chance of rain for this evening. All right, and let's get to the actual leather cleaning now. Now, what you're gonna notice me do here is, you see how I'm holding that towel? That's for one, to try to at least catch the sling from shooting to my camera. So there's still plenty of sling being slung around because of the solution and the carpet attachment brush. But I wanted to minimize any chance of the sling hitting my camera, so that's why I hold that towel up. So if anything slings that way, my towel's gonna catch it and not hit my camera. So that's the reasoning behind that. So that's why you don't see me do it on the other side, because it's pretty far, so I'm just assuming it's not gonna hit my camera. But it's if you need to use it for any other reason, maybe you just clean a certain area and you don't want the sling to hit it, that's something you could potentially do to minimize the amount of sling that's being thrown around. And here I actually moved the steamer to the cargo area to get a better reach, because it was limiting the reach I had with the steamer on the ground. So I just propped it into the cargo area to get more reach out of the hose. And this seats were really easy to clean, because most of it was leather. The fabric part was synthetic material, so it's almost like leather, where it just sits on the top layer surface. There's not actual like fibers or nap to it where the stain actually sink in. So super easy to clean, nothing too difficult. Got amazing results. Did it in a very quick time frame. I don't know the exact time that I did it under, but there really wasn't much of a challenge to these seats. Very straightforward. So these are very ideal for me to clean, because again, they're very dirty. It doesn't take that much time to clean, and the results are significant for the customer. So it's a win-win situation for all, which is why I really enjoyed these seats compared to like fully on cloth seats that take way more time and energy to clean. So again, same process as I did up there on the top side. just now on the actual bottom seats, which are typically dirtier than the top.
All right, so check it out. It's not raining that bad yet, so I'm gonna have one door open, the hatch area to put the equipment in, and I'll run all the cables, which is only these two for now, which I'll run everything by here, and I'll put all the products here, and I'll keep all the doors closed except the one entry point that I need to work. So I'm gonna be working on the 2 back seats now. So I'll keep as many doors as I can closed, that way not much water coming in. It's you know, lightly drizzling right now, so it's not a big deal. If it picks up, I could still keep it like this. I'll just put some towels here just in case, but right now I'm gonna work on everything on the back side of it, that way I can keep on working without getting water into it. Another concern would be like if it started raining really hard, then the back side is gonna get wet too, but I just gotta monitor and just keep it, see which way the rain's coming in and how hard it is. But this is the setup I'm gonna have as to manage the rain right now. All right, so this time I lucked out. I mean, I didn't luck out and the rain hit me. It wasn't bad by any means. I just kept the camera in my van just because I didn't want to deal with this is by no means at all waterproof, so I'm not even gonna risk that. So yeah, it wasn't bad, but enough to where if I left the doors open, it would all get wet. So I just left I left one door. Actually, no, I closed all 4 doors. I left a crack. I put towels where they needed to be to catch some of that water, and I was just still cleaning the backside of the seats. But now where I'm at, let me show you guys. I've cleaned both these seats. I've cleaned both seats, the center console, dashboard, basically the entire dashboard, center console seats, the side bolster panels there. Now I gotta get the floor mats, the carpets, vacuum, probably touch up the visors a little bit, like on this part I didn't really clean, A-pillars. So I'm assuming maybe like another hour and a half. I mean, the rain did set me back because I wasn't as efficient in you know, when you're completely in the car with the doors closed. I don't have the steamer. I don't have anything running. I put the generator up just in case it started really pouring down. I didn't want to have any problems with the generator, which is right there. So yeah, so I'm assuming maybe an hour and a half, give or take, to complete this detail. The owner came out already and he's liking it so far. And you know, don't forget to do the last check. Once you've cleaned everything, once you vacuum everything out, once you put everything back, you got to do one more inspection to see the areas that you missed, because you know, it's cleaning it, checking, cleaning, checking, cleaning, checking. So don't think that you vacuumed everything, you've cleaned all the big chunks and then you're done. Like, make sure you take that one more step and just double check everything, so you're not missing any small spots that are just so obvious that to you that you've been looking at it so much that you've forgotten about it, because the customer might notice, they might call you back, they might be unpleasant, leave you a bad review. So always double check, triple, quadruple check everything at the very end. Just one last pass to make sure everything is up to par. For instance, right now, like, look at all this mess, like a bunch of towels, the polisher, the brushes, the empty bottles of APC, the steamer itself. Like, I gotta remove all of this, move some things around, vacuum, because I'm at the final stage, right? I said I need the floor mats, the carpets, and a few other areas. So now I want to see, like, okay, how much do I really have left? Like, I think I'm at a certain point, but let me clear everything out. Let me get a good observation of what I actually have left. Let me make sure I didn't like overlook anything, and then I'll see like a true like stage of where I'm at. So it does help to just remove everything, clean everything out, and say, okay, now what do I do? What do I need to do next? I know what I said, the carpets, floor mats, but then what else do I need to touch up to keep on moving forward? Okay, so this detail turned out kind of weird because after that last clip I just showed you, the rain came back again. And well, it didn't come back instantly, but you could clearly see the clouds coming in again and it getting very, an overcast. So I knew it was gonna rain. I still had about 30-45 minutes of work done, so I just triple timed everything. So I didn't record anything else. So the seats, the carpet cleaning, touching everything else back up, dressing the plastic and trim and door panels and all that. I didn't get any of that because the last like 10 minutes is when I was just like quadrupling everything, like just moving as quickly as I can, and it started raining again. And on top of that, at like the last part that I was vacuuming, like the very last thing I had to vacuum, my generator shut off because I ran out of gas. So I mean, it was perfect timing. Cutting it a bit too close of my liking, all on my fault, of course. But it definitely was like the last hour, I was just like moving left and right, trying to get the car finished. And on top of that, the customer I was trying to engage with the customer, so I was trying to move as quickly as I could. The weather was coming, the customer's trying to talk to me, so it's trying to please not everyone, but trying to please all scenarios that are coming my way. So I didn't record anything, but the customer liked it, came out great. It was dry. It was like pouring down rain like crazy by the time I was done, which is like around 7:30. So it was from 1:30 to 7:30 of a detail. So I finished it relatively quick. I charged for this one $220.
So that's, you know, you guys always like to know how much I charge. I always charge between 180 to 240. This one fell under 200 on the $220 mark. So there you go. You guys can use that as your benchmark for whatever you guys are doing in your detailing business. Other than that, leave any comments down below, like this video, subscribe, let me know what you guys take away from these videos, what you want me to change, any suggestions, feedback, whatever you want to throw my way, leave those in the comments below. I'll see you on the next video.